Welcome to Share Talk, the only podcast where investors come first.
This is Zak Mir, and I'm speaking with Tony Sanders, as CEO at Catenae Innovation. How are you today, Tony?
Very well, thank you, Zach.
Right, we're speaking just after your announcement of a deal with Tribe of Noise. How does that fit into the Catenae offering?
Catenae are trying to build a portfolio of businesses that allow us to hit the markets we want to hit and have a synergy relationship between each of those businesses. Tribe of Noise, established business, been doing very well. They've got 30,000 artists signed up to their streaming platforms, and they're hitting the larger digital music providers in Germany in terms of in-store music. Currently not represented in the UK. We're looking to that as a development opportunity, but it fits in with our strategy to build an affiliate revenue model around artists and their fans, putting them into direct contact.
So affiliate marketing in the music business, I suppose it's a bit like having Twitter followers. You have a certain amount, 10,000, 100,000, a million. It all means something. But in the music business, you have an average revenue per fan. Is that right?
Yeah, they're probably looking at an average spend of between £10 and £50 a fan in terms of online engagement.
Right, so if you bought a business with 30,000 music artists, there's going to be quite a lot of fans out there.
Absolutely, and you take a small percentage, that still adds up to a nice sum.
Right, and the joint venture that you announced at the end of March, that fits in, or this fits in with that. How will that work?
Absolutely, the Trust in Media business is there to develop a fan-based project, which is using social media to allow the fan and the artist a more direct connection. It allows the artist to understand the makeup of their fans, who are the engagers, and who are those who are activating. It's the ones that are activating be spending the money. If we can give them a plan that shows who they need to influence to get the best activation, it allows them a revenue stream they wouldn't currently have.
Right, and this platform, it sounds like the artist is dealing directly with the fan. I mean, is it any different from a website, or how's the the nitty gritty of that? How does that work?
In terms of marketing, we provide a means for the fan to have direct contact. It could be in the basis of a fan club. It could just be responding to artist marketing material. But we would track their activation and how they're actually engaging. Then provide those analysis reports back to the artist. Currently, there's very little direct connection. If you're looking at activating via Facebook or Twitter or any of the other social media platforms, you lose that direct connection. The connection, you've always got Facebook in the middle. We're trying to remove that piece and make the artist and fan a far more direct.
So let's say with Twitter, somebody can, if you follow them back, then there's a direct message. But if there isn't that process, then you're nowhere.
You've got no closed loop. So you only ever see broadcasts. You never actually see responses.
So you've got a technology which is an improvement on the current big social media people.
In terms of having your direct connection, yes, we take you away from that to a certain degree. You can use that as your primary engagement, but we'll then look for our engagement to be outside of that platform, so you can then build a more direct relationship.
Does that mean you're in competition with the big players? I mean, obviously Facebook's had a rather tough time of late. Is there a possibility that people will be migrating to your platform?
I think we'd still want to use those major audience locations as a means to drive our own. Why go anywhere else? You've already got an audience there. Use that as an enabler for our own platform. So we'd be certainly much running in parallel as opposed to in opposition.
Right, and in terms of the revenues here, let's say there's the £10 per year from the fan, the X number of music artists. Is it possible to come up with a formula for how much you might be able to, Catenae might be able to make out of all this?
Absolutely. If we looked at a conversion rate of even 1% of an artist fan base actually engaging at £10 a user, it doesn't take many £10 of users. If you look at someone like Ollie Murs with over 1 million followers on one particular social media platform, you can take those sums up and add them very quickly.
And is that a genuine? I mean, is that a genuine thing to do? I mean, are there past precedents for
Absolutely.
that?
We've done in the past. We've done proof of concepts of these things, and we're getting that sort of engagement. And we have to remember that's per engagement. So if that's one marketing campaign, it could be repeated many times during a year.
Right. So it's a numbers game, basically.
Absolutely.
And right, so you've got Tribe of Noise on board, 30,000 artists there. I mean, it sounds like you've probably got enough to get your hands full in terms of that. But what are the next steps?
Next steps are obviously to bring those two businesses So they are cross-selling. The trusted media piece has got some added values that Tribe and Noise would like. Tribe and Noise is doing very well on its own at the moment. We're looking to amplify that in terms of the UK market. Try and get those 30,000 artists exposure back into the UK. Build more of an annuity stream revenue within the UK. That's on the digital music distribution side. And then we'll see how we drive those audiences.
Right, and when are we going to get on the right side of the J curve in terms of the money flowing into the coffers?
We see that certainly within the next quarter. I'd like to see the first of the revenues coming through for these businesses.
Right, and everything's set up for accepting those revenues.
Absolutely, the businesses are there. We can actually hit the ground now. We're just having those first conversations.
Tony Sanders, CEO at Catenae Innovation, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Zach.
Thank you for listening. Remember to visit our website for more news and other podcasts at www.share-talk.com.